All right, guys, welcome to another episode. We are here, unfortunately, to talk about Hardinger Singh. Hardinger Singh, I'm sure you've already seen the viral video. It's going around all over the country. It's a viral video of an illegal immigrant who obtained a CDL. We will go into how he obtained a CDL, but he obtained a CDL and he made an illegal U-turn on the Florida Turnpike and blocking off all northbound lanes and killed three Americans with that illegal U-turn. Now, everybody's asking, how do you obtain a CDL as an illegal immigrant? We're going to get into Hardinger Singh's story and how he came to the country and when he came to the country and what he's been doing since 2018 when he crossed over from Mexico to California. We're going to get into that. But if you have not seen the video, let's just check this video out right now. Here's him. Okay, if you didn't see that, I'm gonna show you one more time. Look at the minivan crash right into him when he makes his U-turn. Okay, now let's go back to when he actually notices. Okay, it's okay. Right here. Right here. Does this look like a face of remorse? Normally, when you get into an accident or when you cause an accident, you're fearful, you're in distress, you're sad, you're screaming, you're doing all types of reaction, like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. What happened? You're screaming, you're doing all types of emotions right now. And look at this guy's face. Does this guy look like he cares? I mean, this guy, this literally had this Chrysler minivan slam into his trailer. Clearly, I mean, dead on impact. All three of them dead on impact. And he's like, oh, just another day. No reaction in his face. So we're going to get into this story. Now, Hardinger Singh came into this country in 2018 from Mexico to California. Now, he was immediately arrested and they started deportation proceedings. But what happened? Well, what he always did, and a lot of illegal immigrants do, is they claim, I'm afraid for my safety. So because he was said that he was fearful to go back to India, he was released on a $5,000 immigration bond. Now, that was in 2019. And 2020, under the Trump administration, he applies for his work authorization, which immediately gets denied. Of course, you're not going to, no, absolutely not. Under the Trump administration, no. But he applied for his driver's license, guess who? Under the Biden administration. And then he was approved for his work authorization under the Biden administration again, which if you get this approved, if you get this work authorization, you are then eligible for a CDL. Which to me, I had a CDL Class B, nothing like a Class A. Class A is just way more, stressful and intricate, and you have to have way more training for a Class A. Again, he was denied his work authorization under the Trump administration. And then Gavin Newsom and in California approved it. And because he was approved for his work authorization, he now was eligible to get his CDL Class A. Now, then you ask yourself, okay, he had his CDL Class A. What is the training? Are you getting trained as, well as the other Americans who have their CDLs, who have been driving for years, who have been doing off-the-road stuff for so long and going from state to state and driving, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles, on each trip? Does he have that same extent of training? I don't know. What goes into this? How are you able to get a CDL when you are an illegal immigrant? I mean, not to mention all these states. By the way, there's actually 19 states that allow people to get their driver's license under the Biden administration. There was 19 states. Okay. 19 states. There was like Washington and Vermont and Hawaii and Illinois and Michigan and Minnesota. Guess what? Guess what all these states have in common? They're all Democratic states. So the three people, they haven't released the names yet, But the three people who lost their lives, a 37-year-old woman from Pompano Beach, a 30-year-old man from Florida City, and a 54-year-old man from Miami, all lost their lives from an illegal immigrant making this turn. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to have some type of regulations. I don't know if each and every single state are going to crack down on stuff like this. But how many more illegal immigrants have CDLs are on the road right now? What are you going to do? And, I've had some truck driver buddies of mine reach out to me and said that, sometimes when people are in a rush, they make turns, but never have they seen a truck driver do this illegal U-turn like this, which blocks all the northbound lanes on the Florida Turnpike. They've never seen a U-turn like that. And they've been driving for 10, 15 years. What would cause this man to think that that's okay? And then the guy's face. I mean, I'm going to show you this video again just because I was so disturbed. Because if it were me, again, this guy caused 3 people to get killed. I would be screaming in tears, something like this. You make a terrible mistake. And this guy didn't even care. This guy did not even care. He slammed right there. Look at that face. No reaction. No reaction whatsoever. These are the people that for some reason have been allowed to come into the country. And now you see why Donald Trump is trying to make a huge effort with the Trump administration to make a huge effort to get these people out of the country. You don't get to be a line jumper. You don't just get to skip the line. You don't just get to sit there and say, hey, I've been in the country for 5 years now. Why don't you just make me legal? That's not how it works. California is a messed up state. How they allow this guy, you'll see Donald Trump and his administration denied his work authorization. And then he waited for Biden to get it, and then Biden approved it. And this is what happens. There's no way this guy had the same extensive training as regular truck driving Americans. There's no way. Who in their right mind would think that's in a great turn? Look at this guy. No reaction whatsoever in his face. Just cost the lives of 3 Americans. And of course, Gavin Newsom said, "Whoa, it was legal back in the time, and we went with the federal law and blah blah blah." And of course, he's just watering it down. Of course, Gavin Newsom just watering it down. It happened in his state. Wouldn't you think? Wow, you know what? We should really look into that. We should really look into that. First of all, Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, all these people should be calling those families. They need to be getting the information from these families. And I'm sure those family members aren't going to want to hear what Gavin Newsom has to say, but at least Gavin Newsom can come in and make a phone call and say, I am terribly sorry for your loss. 3 people, a 37-year-old, a 30-year-old, and a 54-year-old man from Miami, off of a split-second stupid U-turn. I don't even know. Again, I have no idea how Gavin Newsom could justify this and say, oh, well, by federal law, he was able to get his CDL. And under the Biden administration, he was approved to get his work authorization. And because he got his work authorization, he was able to get his CDLA, which is crazy. How are all these illegal immigrants getting all these benefits? That's a question that we should be asking right now. You mean to tell me that there are no other qualified truck drivers out there? You know how many people would love to be a truck driver? I mean, you get paid $100,000. You get paid good money, great benefits. You mean to tell me there's not other great Americans out there who would love to be a truck driver? But this is what happens in this country. We have all these crappy, shitty people who hire illegal immigrants to drive down labor. Instead of hiring an American who's probably 10 times better at the job and he's asking for a fair wage, no. You want to hire an illegal immigrant because you can pay him whatever you want, cheap labor. You don't want to pay the deserving American his fair wage, his livable wage to take care of his wife and kids. You want to hire an illegal immigrant. So because you hire an illegal immigrant, this is what happens. Now 3 people are dead. I hope whoever owns a truck driving company, oh man. I mean, Gavin Newsom should be ashamed. I hope the Trump administration, sees this. And I think they actually already made a comment about this, but I hope they see it, and I hope we actually do something about this because there are great, hardworking Americans out there who would love this truck driving job. And now this guy probably ruined it. I don't know what type of regulations are going to come out after this. I don't know if they're going to do some type of more checkpoints or wage or whatever the case may be. But the first thing the administration should do, the first thing the Trump administration should do after seeing this story is to make sure no illegal immigrants have CDLs. Every single person that has a CDL should have to do some type of verification check just to make sure you're not an illegal. Now, I don't know how they're going to possibly do that, but if you work for a truck company and you are caught having an illegal immigrant, regardless of their work authorization, no matter if they have the CDL that was obtained legally, Donald Trump should take every single CDL class A and B away from every illegal immigrant after this. How do you justify it? How do you give these guys benefits? It's just mind-blowing to me. So again, you know, the 37-year-old woman, the 30-year-old man, and the 54-year-old man, you know, the thoughts and prayers to your family. Again, you know, they haven't named these people. Their identities aren't known. But it's just a terrible tragedy. And then every time I look at this video, and I've seen this video like 14 times, I look at this guy's face and he says, he doesn't even care. No reaction in his video, no hands in the face like, oh my gosh, what did I do? I can't believe that. Nothing. Stone cold reaction. Some people might say, oh, well, he's in shock. He doesn't look like he's in shock to me. He just looks like another day in the beach, another day in the park. I'm just going to do my own thing. Just one more time, guys. Just one more time. We're going to see this. Not one reaction the guy had showed me that he cared, showed me that he gave a damn about what has just happened. Unfortunately, we lost, we lost them. It's terrible. Terrible. You know, it all could have been prevented too. It all could have been prevented if we had stronger immigration policies and making sure that illegal immigrants don't obtain CDLs. You would think it's just obvious. I mean, that's the first thing you're asking. How the hell did that happen? But, you know, when you have weak immigration law, this is what happened. And unfortunately, Americans lose their lives. So that's it for me, guys. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here.